wonderful Friday, everybody. It is now time for the Scott Manning YouTube Kickoff Weekend Kickoff Show. I want to thank all my loyal viewers for being with me here on this Friday. We have a lot to talk about. We have 3 huge series in Major League Baseball to talk about. We have 4 teams that are in a battle for the best record in the league, and we have the NBA playoffs going on. We had the NBA. We had one game last night of the NBA play-in. We got another one tonight. I'm going to address that. We have the NASCAR Cup Series. It's going to be in action this weekend in Dallas this weekend. And, of course, we have the run for the pole for the Indianapolis 500 coming up. But I want to thank all of you guys for being with me here this afternoon. It is a beautiful Friday here on the East Coast of the United States. And we're going to be right here with you. Let's have a great show, and we are going to go right into it. Well, folks, it's this weekend. The first weekend, the Cubs face the Cardinals. The Battle of Interstate 55. I know it sounds crazy, but I am actually looking forward to it. And I want to tell you right now, I am looking forward to it, and it is going to be so much fun. It is going to be it's going to be wonderful. I mean, this weekend, the Cubs face the Cardinals. The Cubs are 3 games back. So if they can get a sweep of the Cardinals, which is probably going to be highly unlikely, but anything can happen. I mean, last weekend I said the Cardinals were going to sweep the Padres because they didn't have Tatis Jr. or Eric Hosmer available. Boy, was I dead wrong. And my sister let me have it. But anyway, we have a great series coming up this weekend with the Cubs and the Cardinals. It is going to be fun. And let's have a blast. Tonight's matchup is going to be oh boy, this is not going to be fun, to be honest with you. Kyle Hendricks goes for the Cubs tonight. He has a 3-4 record with a 5.27 ERA, and it's going to be a nightmare here. Let's see here. Get rid of all this garbage here. I don't need it. There we go. I got my sound machine ready, by the way. Kyle Hendricks has a 3-4 record with a 5.27 ERA and 38 strikeouts this season. Very Kyle Hendricks very unlike him. But the Cardinals tonight, they have Carlos Martinez going. He has a 3-4 record with a 4.35 ERA and only 22 strikeouts on this season. Tonight's matchup is going to be a bad nightmare. Now, the Saturday matchup is going to be interesting. Albert Alzolay. I can't pronounce his last name. My apologies for that. Anyway, he has a 2-3 record with a 4.62 ERA and 39 strikeouts on this season. He will be facing the Cardinals' ace, or not so much of an ace this time around, Adam Wainwright. He has a 2-4 record with a 4.63 ERA and 44 strikeouts on the season. Now, the Sunday matchup, and this is the Sunday night matchup on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. Keep that in mind. Zach Davies will be going for the Cubs. He has a 2-2 record with a 5.58 ERA and 23 strikeouts. And he will be facing Kwang Hyun Kim of the Cardinals. A 1-1 record with a 2.73 ERA and 27 strikeouts. And everybody's thinking, boy, Scott, are we going to be in for a home run derby? And I think I'm going to be saying that. So if you're interested in a home run derby, I will say this. That's about how I feel right now. But anyway, the Cubs and the Cardinals facing each other on a Sunday night is going to be fun. Now, you've been talking about the hitting. The Cubs hitting has been getting much better. Anthony Rizzo, he's hitting .257 right now with 5 home runs and 16 RBIs. Chris Bryant, he has a .308 batting average with a .401 on-base percentage. 10 home runs, 26 RBIs, and 44 hits on this season. Javier Baez, a .255 batting average with 10 home runs, 28 RBIs. That's what he's done this season. And keep in mind, all 3 of these guys were around when the Cubs won the World Series a few years back. These are the only original Cubs left from that World Championship team back in 2016 when they beat the Indians in 7 games. I hate to say it, but the truth is the truth. And right now, as far as a home run derby, I'm going to get to that in a minute. But first, let's talk about the Cardinals hitting. Nolan Arenado. He's hitting .304 right now with 16 home runs, 31 RBIs, and 51 hits on the season. Dylan Carlson. He has a .286 batting average with a .379 on-base percentage, 3 home runs and 18 RBIs, but he's doing the little things. Tommy Edman, a .281 batting average, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs. I know it doesn't sound like much, but Edman can really contribute to the whole cause too. But I will say this, though. After the pitching matchups that I have mentioned, if you're looking for a home run derby, this is how I feel right now. I'm very bullish that we're going to have a battle. We're not going to have a pitcher's duel at all in this series. Not after all the high ERAs I've mentioned. There's no way. And I'm going to come right out and say it. If the Cardinals can keep up the hitting and can keep hitting the way they are right now, the Cardinals may be the ones getting the sweep. But don't take the Cubs lightly. I'm always warn people of that. Don't take anything for granted. And I made that mistake last week when I said the Cardinals were going to sweep the Padres or possibly take 2 out of 3. Boy, was I dead wrong. And I think half the nation was too, including myself. And I admit it. But anyway, that was last weekend. This is this weekend. Cubs, Cardinals, the Battle of Interstate 55. We'll see what happens. All right, let's move on. The Boston Red Sox face the Philadelphia Phillies this weekend. Now, the Red Sox are in the middle of that battle for the best record in baseball. I am looking forward. This is another series that I am looking forward to this weekend. Tonight's matchup promises to be an interesting one. Martin Perez will be going tonight for the Boston Red Sox. He has a 1-2 record with a 3.40 ERA and 37 strikeouts on this season. Aaron Nola, he has a 3-3 record. He's going for the Phillies tonight. He has a 3.64 ERA and 61 strikeouts on the season. This is going to be a fun one tonight. So I'll say this. The Saturday matchup, and this is the one that I find very, very, oh boy. For the Boston Red Sox, Nathan Eovaldi gets the start. He has a 4-2 record with a 4.50 ERA and 47 Ks on the season. Chase Anderson, he's going to be going for the Phillies on Saturday. He has a 2-4 record with a 6.96 ERA and 26 strikeouts. This is what I think of this matchup. Now, the Sunday matchup. This is an important one too. Eduardo Rodriguez, he gets the start. He has a 5-2 record with a 4.70 ERA, 48 Ks on the season. I like that matchup. Zach Wheeler, he's going to be going for the Phillies on Sunday. He has a 3-2 record with a 2.52 ERA and 66 strikeouts on this season. Now, this series promises to be an interesting one too. And everybody's been thinking, Scott, why talk about this one? Well, let's see. The Red Sox are in the middle for the battle for the best record in baseball. The Philadelphia Phillies are sitting a game behind the New York Mets in the National League East. That's why I'm giving all the love to these two teams this weekend. This is going to be a fun one, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, what about the hitting department for the Boston Red Sox? You got Xander Bogaerts. He's hitting .344 with 9 home runs, 26 RBIs, and 56 hits on the season. He's been red hot. JD Martinez. What's he doing? Well, he's only hitting .331 with a on-base percentage of .404, 12 home runs, 32 RBIs on this season. Rafael Devers. He has a .276 batting average with 11 home runs and 34 RBIs. So the Red Sox hitting, I say this. There we go. The Red Sox hitting has been red hot. And that's why you're finding the Red Sox in a battle for the best record in all of baseball right now. They own the best record in the American League. And to be quite honest, they own one of the best records in the American League. They don't own the best one all the way around. I will grant you that. But the Red Sox have been red hot. But what about the Philadelphia Phillies hitting? Let's think about this for a second. Bryce Harper, he's hitting .294 in the season with an OBP of .418 for crying out loud. 7 home runs, 13 RBIs on this season. So this is how I feel about him. Rhys Hoskins. This is how I feel about him. A 257 batting average, 8 home runs, 23 RBIs. He leads the team in hits. And of course, he got Didi Gregorius, or should I say Sir Didi. And to be quite honest with you, he's been doing pretty well too. He maybe only be hitting 229, 4 home runs, and 22 RBIs, but he's done a lot of contributing and playing small ball. And this is how I feel about the Phillies and the Red Sox this weekend. I'm all aboard with this battle. Believe me. You got the Red Sox in a battle for the best record in the American League. And I'm going to tell you now, it's going to be interesting to see how this one goes. And now, last but certainly not least, a series that I never would have thought of would be important. The Chicago White Sox and the New York Yankees. I said it. The Chicago White Sox and the New York Yankees. Now, the White Sox are just a game back for the best record in all of baseball. They own the best record in the American League. And this is going to be something to watch this weekend. Now, I got the matchups ready for you for the weekend. And let's talk about them. Tonight's matchup is going to be an interesting one. Carlos Rondon is going to be going for the White Sox. He has a no-hitter to his credit. And he also has a 5-1 record with a 1.47 ERA and 49 strikeouts on the season. And for the New York Yankees, Jordan Montgomery is going to get the start. He has a 2-1 record with a 4.75 ERA, and he has 41 Ks on the season. The Saturday matchup. This is going to be the pitcher's duel, both in my opinion. For the White Sox, Dylan Cease will be going on Saturday with a 2-0 record, a 2.41 ERA, and 50 strikeouts on the season. Who will he be facing? Garrett Cole. He has a 5-2 record with a 2.03 ERA and 85 strikeouts on this season. And as far as Garrett Cole goes, that's going to be the one. That's going to be the interesting one on Saturday. And now, let's move on to the Sunday matchup. Dallas Keuchel. He will be going for the White Sox on Saturday with a 3-1 record and a 4.44 ERA and 24 strikeouts on the season. He will be facing Jameson Taillon, a 1-3 record with a 5.73 ERA, and he has 46 Ks on the season. Now, as far as Taillon goes, all I got to say is this. That's how I feel. Now, the White Sox have some great pitchers going this weekend. But the hitting for the White Sox has been wonderful. Yerman Mercedes. His last name might be Mercedes, but he's acting like a Ferrari or a Porsche right now. How about a 358 batting average with 6 home runs, 25 RBIs, and 49 hits? Yoan Moncada. He's hitting 284 with an on-base percentage of 407. He may only have 3 home runs, but he has 25 RBIs. Jose Abreu, the hero last weekend in Kansas City when he was out at the plate. I haven't forgot about that. He's hitting 255 right now with 8 home runs and 33 RBIs. And may I say, this is how I feel about all 3 of them.
House of pleasure. House of pleasure.
That is how I feel about the White Sox sitting right now. And now, let's talk about the New York Yankees. Now, I know the Yankees have been hit with COVID issues. I'm not going to lie to you. I am aware of that. However, this is what I've got. Aaron Judge. Here comes the Judge, everybody, so you all better pay attention, and you better all rise. Now, Aaron Judge, he's hitting 297 right now with an on-base percentage of 393. 12 home runs, 25 RBIs. DJ LeMahieu, right now he's hitting 267, 3 home runs, 14 RBIs, and he leads the team in hits with 44. Gio Urshela, right now He's hitting 285 with 5 home runs and 23 RBIs on this season. So how do I feel about the Yankees hitting?
House of pleasure.
I'm giving all 3 of them different ranks. Now, Aaron Judge gets this.
House of pleasure.
That goes to LeMahieu, and this goes to Urshela. I'm trying to be fair, everybody. That's how I feel. The White Sox-Yankees matchup, this weekend series, is going to be a good one. Keep in mind, the White Sox are in a battle for the best record in baseball, and the White Sox own the best record in the American League. This is going to be an interesting weekend at Yankee Stadium. You better believe everybody in the Bronx and every single New Yorker is going to be saying the Yankees are the best team in baseball. And all those New Yorkers, I would love to see Dennis Franz. You know, and I know it's kind of odd that I mentioned old Sippy, Dennis Franz, who played Andy Sipowicz on NYPD Blue. He's a Chicago native. And there's something I would love to do, but I'm not going to because I don't want to be kicked off the air. But I will say this, though. He would be saying to all those Yankee fans right now, I hope and pray the White Sox take you apart. That's how Dennis Franz would feel right now. Sorry, Sippy. I just had to do that. Okay. Now let's move on. I will be coming back to baseball after bid. But there's a couple more things I want to address before I come back. Because I got a couple of stories that I want to share my opinion on a few things. But first, let's get this out of the way. Last night, the NBA play-in playoffs are getting better by the second. Last night, the Washington Wizards beat the Indiana Pacers 142-115. The Wizards have clinched the number 8 seed. Bradley Beal delivered on a promise last night that he would put the Wizards in the playoffs, and boy, did he deliver. 25 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. But he had huge support from Russell Westbrook. 18 points, 8 rebounds, 15 assists, a triple-double in a game that put them in the playoffs. I mean, the Wizards, they were like a 9 or a 10 seed, and they had to do the play-in. And now the Wizards have clinched the 8th seed for the NBA playoffs. Now, the other night, I'm going to talk about the Lakers and the Warriors for a second. LeBron James is the biggest crybaby I've ever seen. And this is a guy I used to have a lot of respect for. But now, he's turning into a big crybaby after all that time in LA. And I'm not going to go any further about that. But we still have one more play-in game to go. And that's at 9 o'clock tonight on ESPN. The Memphis Grizzlies face the Golden State Warriors. And the winner of this game will get the 8th seed in the playoffs. So what is so important about this game? And this is how I feel about the whole thing. I feel very bullish about the Warriors' chances, and here's why. Steph Curry, he's been averaging 32 points a game all season long, with 5.5 rebounds and 5.5 rebounds per game, 5.8 assists per game. But he's got huge support in Draymond Green. Now, Draymond Green may only average about 7 points a game, but he averages 7.1 rebounds per game and 8.9 assists per game. He could be a huge help to Steph Curry tonight. And he could have been last night against the Lakers had LeBron decided not to get hot. However, I feel very good about Golden State's chances. But what about the Memphis Grizzlies? Ja Morant, a former player out of the Missouri Valley Conference, he's averaging 19.1 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, and 7.4 assists per game. That could be very important tonight. And he's also got support in Jonas Valanciunas, 17.1 points per game and 12.5 rebounds per game. He's averaging a double-double per game, people. That could be huge. This could be in an important matchup tonight. Believe me. And I've been thinking about this all week. If Memphis beats Golden State, we'll know for sure if the Warriors are for real. This is a night where we can say a team is for real. Now they'll get the 1 seed Utah Jazz in the first round. Congratulations. However, anything can happen on any given night, and it usually does. But the bottom line is this. Good luck to both teams. Good luck to both teams. It's going to be a great game tonight. I'll tell you right now. It's going to be very fun. It's going to be fun to see how this goes here this evening. Bottom line. All right. I want to talk about the NASCAR Cup Series. Last weekend at Dover, we saw history made. Alex Bowman, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, and William Byron came home 1, 2, 3, 4. Rich, and that why is that so special? All four of the top four cars are owned by one man, Rick Hendrick. The Hendrick Racing Team finished in the top four spots last Sunday at Dover on the Monster Mile. The last time we had one team finish 1, 2, 3, 4, it was the final race of the NASCAR Cup season at Homestead back in 2005 when the Roush Racing Team finished in the top four spots. And this is about something very special. It was a special moment last weekend at Dover. What a race it was. Kyle Larson dominated the race, only to finish second. Alex Bowman came home the winner last weekend. So what's next for the NASCAR Cup Series? We're going to be going to the Circuit of Americas at 2:30 Sunday on Fox Sports 1. And the race is in Dallas, and it's a road course. It's going to be very interesting to see how we do down in Dallas, Texas. Dallas, a nice city, but it gets way too hot down in the Southwest. Nothing personal against my folks in Dallas, against any of my Dallas viewers, but it gets hot and miserable at that time of the year. It's going to be very interesting to see how we do and how that race goes next weekend. And then after that, on May 30th, we have the World 600 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway on Memorial Day weekend. Now, speaking of Memorial Day weekend, guess what's coming up? Sunday. What's coming up Memorial Day Sunday at 12 noon on NBC? It's the 105th running of the Indianapolis 500. This weekend, it's the Run for the Pole. The Run for the Pole, and we'll see how that goes. What is surprising this season? The Penske team has been shut out of victory lane so far. It has been the year of the young guns. Pato O'Ward, Connor Daly, Rinus VeeKay, all drivers under the age of 24 have gone to victory lane. The only veteran who's won a race this year is the six-time champion, Scott Dixon. And yes, the Penske team has been shut out of victory lane, though, so far this season. But the Indianapolis 500 is this weekend. You got Simon Pagenaud, Joseph Newgarden, and, of course, you got Helio. If Helio wins number 4 this year, I'll be shocked. However, the big names have been shut out of victory lane this year. The Penske team, Andretti Autosport, they've had some struggles. Now, Rahal Racing, it's been an interesting season this year. And I'm going to come right out and say it. If Penske wins in Indianapolis, it's going to be something very special. But if we have a driver under one of those young guns win the Indianapolis 500, it will be something to write home about. The youngest winner of the 500, Troy Ruttman, all the way back in 1952. He was only 22 years old when he won that 500. And that's all there is to it. This coming Sunday, the Run for the Pole, and we'll have the starting field. And the Indianapolis 500 is going to be a race to enjoy on Memorial Day Sunday. Now that's the look ahead to the weekend kickoff. But I got a couple things I want to talk about. You notice this year, we've had 6 no-hitters in Major League Baseball, and we're not even into June yet. So the question has been, what has been going on? What's going on with the hitting this season? Let's think about this, but let me go through the no-hitters real quick. Joe Musgrove started it off with a no-hitter against the Texas Rangers. Carlos Rondon of the White Sox, he no-hit the Indians. Baltimore pitcher John Means, he no-hit the Mariners. Wade Miley, he no-hit the Indians. Spencer Turnbull of the Detroit Tigers, he pitched a no-hitter against the Seattle Mariners. And then the Yankees star Corey Kluber no-hit the Texas Rangers in a little less than 24 hours later. 2 no-hitters in the same day. That hasn't happened since 1990. Think about this. Dave Stewart of the A's pitched a no-hitter, and then just no more than just a few hours later, Fernando Valenzuela pitched a no-hitter. That was June 28th, 1990. We've not had. That's the last time we've had 2 no-hitters in one day. I've never seen anything like this before. And think about this. The league batting average right now is .236, the lowest in MLB history, the lowest ever. And I mean, if you look at some of these teams, and I jotted some notes down. I want to look at. There's some teams I want to look at. There's been 3 teams that have been victims of no-hitters. The Texas Rangers, they're only hitting .236. The Cleveland Indians, they've been no-hit twice. They're only hitting .213. And the Seattle Mariners, as a ball club, they've been no-hit twice. They're only hitting .198. Think about that. Now, the 3 highest in the American League, I have thought about this. The Houston Astros, they're hitting .271 as a ball club. The Chicago White Sox, we're going to be seeing them in action this weekend. They're only hitting .260. And the Boston Red Sox right now, they're only hitting .263. Really? Now, the 3 highest in the National League. The Cincinnati Reds, they're only hitting .249. The Los Angeles Dodgers, .245. And the Chicago Cubs, they're hitting .238. So what's going on? A lot of people have been asking me, Scott, what's the deal with all these no-hitters? It could be a number of things. Well, I've thought about this. And I've been sitting around here thinking about what's been going on. It could be a number of things. It could be the shortened season of last year and not getting the proper spring training that these players need. Or it could be, there's a few things I've been thinking about. Number one, the umpires. The inconsistency of the strike zone. A lot of umpires are they use their discretion. Now, I understand. However, at the end of the day, Rob Manfred really needs to sit down with the umpires and show them the strike zone. But there are 2 umpires that really need to shut up and retire. Angel Hernandez is one of them. Joe West is the other. Those 2 need to go away. But I'll address that another time. But the inconsistency of the strike zone, that's been the problem. All season, all these players have been thinking, go big, hit one out, or nothing at all. Go big or go home. That's what everybody's been thinking all season long. Everybody's been going big or go home. That's what's been going on. Or it could be along the lines. I had somebody say to me, Scott, it could be that spring training was cut short this year because of COVID. And I'll say this, though. The inconsistency of the strike zone has been one of the main contributing factors of all these no-hitters. Everybody's been swinging for the fences, swinging to try to hit one out. If some of these players would just play small ball, just play some small ball, just get into the field of play, just get a base hit and get on base or something, and get some runs home. Go that route, but don't swing for the fences all the time. That's why that's what a lot of these hitters are thinking. And I think that's one of the main reasons why we're seeing all these no-hitters right now. And right now, I'm going to come right out and say it. If we keep this up, we're going to be seeing about 20 no-hitters before this season's over. That's what we're on pace for right now. If this keeps up, we're going to have about 20 of them before we're all done. And that's the bottom line. And the no-hitter used to be such a big deal. But the way that things have been going, a lot of people are thinking, we're going to see one this week. Yeehaw. It needs to change. That's all there is to it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for my closing thoughts. All of you know about what's been going on with Medina Spirit, the Kentucky Derby winner. But there's been more fallout. Trader Bob Baffert has been banned from entering horses in the Belmont Stakes as a result of this failed drug test. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Bob Baffert, his career is going to be tarnished because of this. This is what he did not need. And this was not what the sport of horse racing needed. The sad part about this whole thing is there were people that really liked him. There were people who looked up to him. He let all those people down. And the sad part about it is, a lot of it, and everybody doesn't understand, Bob Baffert was one of the best. And here's the deal. His career is tarnished because of this. His career is going to have an asterisk because of that failed drug test. I've seen big name players, their careers have been tarnished. Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens. That's why they're not in the Hall of Fame in Major League Baseball right now. That's why they're staying out of the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose, I'm not going to address that. However, Bob Baffert, if he ever gets into horse racing's Hall of Fame, it's going to be because of something else. He's a legend. But this failed drug test by Medina Spirit may have just cost him a real shot at being somebody very special. I was very disappointed in him. He's been banned from entering horses at the Belmont on June 5th. Now, and this is one of the rare times, this is going to be a time I'm going to be saying this, and you'll probably be thinking, why? I am glad we are not going to have a Triple Crown winner in 2021. Why do I say that? Simple. If we would have had a Triple Crown winner in 2021, a lot of people would be crying foul. And there would have been a big asterisk right next to it because of the failed drug test by Medina Spirit. And that's all there is to it. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'm gonna tell it like it is. Bob Baffert, your career may have just been tarnished, and your horse racing training career may have just ended because of that failed drug test. And that is all I have to say on this day. Okay, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Please join me Sunday night at 11:30 for the weekend wrap-up show. I want to thank you guys for being here with me on this Friday. You guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much for being with me, and God bless. Goodbye, everybody, and I thank you.